My biggest hope and intention for this episode is that you can walk away with a deeper knowing that if there's something in your life that you're consistently doing that you know is time to transition out of, that this can be permission to do that too.
In my head, in my mind, I'm all alone, stuck in time. But in my soul, I always know I am home.
Hello, and welcome back to the Second Paradigm Podcast. We're your hosts, David and Miriam.
Yes, we are.
And we have some news for you.
Bum, bum, bum.
This is actually going to be the final episode for season 1 of the Second Paradigm Podcast.
I know. It kind of makes me a little sad. I was like, I think I have energy. I could keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because I have energy because we decided to stop.
Yeah.
Not because I can keep going.
Yeah. It just feels very, very here. I think in the spirit of following the energy, it would be very out of alignment for us to force ourselves to do this podcast to continue to tell all of you that it's safe to be in alignment with who you truly are. It would be very silly.
Bananas.
So we're going to be taking a break.
Mm-hmm.
And
we'll come back sometime in January.
We will come back sometime in January. When you see us come back, we'll be in a different home.
We will be in a different home. I know. So capture your screenshots now of this setup.
I know. Yeah, we're going to put it in the memory banks.
Yeah.
What else will be different? We'll very likely have a new car or be on the way to have a new car. Mm-hmm. We might have a new iteration of the website. It's very possible. Might have some new offerings.
Knowing David, we probably will have a new iteration of the website. Now that he has all his bandwidth back.
Yeah, and in the time between then, there's things that we want to write and create, and there's new things that want to come through.
Yeah.
And this really feels like us being able to take time and space to be able to bring through this next iteration of our work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've brought through the bulk of the context for what the second paradigm is, how to live in this reality, what it looks like with money and entrepreneurship in arguably one of the most difficult pockets of life, which is business, to integrate soul. It feels like the bulk of all of that has come through. So this feels like a really unique time where we get to really use all this context now and settle in and say, okay, what's really here now that all this has come through? Yeah. And with that comes some structural changes where for the next, 6 weeks, something like that, maybe a little bit more, into January, we're not going to be doing any more podcasts. So it's going to open up some more bandwidth.
Oh, it feels so good. Seriously.
Yeah.
On Monday's episode, I was like, I don't even have anything to say anymore. I just felt so like blank.
I was like, man, this was a clunky episode. I wasn't really enjoying this as much as I normally do. And it's just another thing, following the energy versus consistency and versus grinding things out.
Dedication and what you said you would do for the people. You can't fuck that up. You have to say what you have to follow through on your word.
Totally.
I'm so not about that, FYI.
Yeah. I'm about that when it's there.
Well,
when it's there, I love it.
But
when it's aligned and true, I love it.
When it's not, then...
Because there have been days when we're like, man, we don't really feel like doing it. And we go and we sit down and we set everything up and we like come alive. And it's like, oh, there's like all this energy here. There's so many things to talk about. And we came in on Monday and that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
And we didn't record 3 episodes. We recorded 1 and even that felt clunky and hard to get up. And it's like, what's going on? And we had the conversation yesterday. Yeah. And Miriam was like, maybe it's time to end season 1 and we'll come back with season 2 in January. And I was like,
she's like, I need to think about this.
I was like, I feel the truth in that, but I need some time to be with it, to like unpack it.
I was like, it's fine. I'm done. Yeah. I got it. I'm over it. And then we talked about it and then all my shit came up. And I was like, oh no. But what's really here too is if you want to be in these conversations and stay in all of this, we have our 47 club.
Yep, we're going to continue to do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. And we have launching in January, a little bit before, but building an empire of your essence. So that's more of like mastermind type style.
Yeah, it's like a deep dive incubator.
Container. Yep. So we have that. We already have one person already signed up and another one on the way.
Exciting.
Which is cool because we didn't even know that's what was happening, but that's just what was happening.
And then it just dropped in. It was one day and we were sitting there and then it all came together.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, this thing that we've been talking about and prototyping and being with is like finally here.
Yeah. So we'll have other ways to stay stay in touch and be in these transmissions and be in this energy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we'll drop some links in the description. We'll drop some links to, obviously just thesecondparadigm.com.
Yep.
There's a link there to be able to sign up for our newsletter. So if you want to get our emails, I'll be sending emails and dropping transmissions there and whatnot and talking about the latest things that we have coming. Following us on Facebook. Following us
for me.
Yeah. On
and
Instagram.
They already know that.
Yeah. Facebook, Instagram. Those are good places to be able to stay in touch with us and the latest things that we're doing.
Yeah.
And that 47 club.
Yeah. And that feels like
for sure
the bulk of the thing that's here. Because I do realize that every single podcast that we put out is an energetic transmission in like a massive way, because that's just who we be in the world.
Yeah.
And to do that 3 times a week, it's just a lot.
It is a lot.
So it feels nice to have like a proper container and to have proper dialogue with people back and forth. And that's what I love so much about the 47 Club.
For sure.
And it's cool. It's like starting to fill up. We already have people in the December one. And
very, very
it just
cool.
feels really nice. So
yeah, and this is a really, really cool 47 to pop in because we're talking about money, and that is a topic that everyone is interested in.
Everyone on the planet.
Yeah, so if you're curious about second paradigm money and perspectives on like wealth creation and financial hardship, like why periods of financial hardship happen, like why debt is there, like why that sucks and doesn't suck, and like like navigating all of these things, and how do I make more money, and how do I step into this next version of my life when I don't have the money to be able to do it. All of those questions are things that we'll be unpacking throughout December in this private Facebook group where you can just ask them via text, and then we're also going to be doing a live teaching and then 2 live Q&As where you're going to be able to ask questions directly to us and we'll just answer them live, kind of like now if you could chat right now and ask us questions. Very, very similar to that.
That's awesome.
And then there's the channel document on Second Paradigm Money, which came through, which is just, it's awesome.
Everything.
I love it so much. It clicked so much for me. So many questions I've had over the years. So excited for all of that. The best way to do that is thesecondparadigm.com/47. All of these links will be in the description and all of these things to our socials and all of the things. But yeah, there are other ways to follow us, and it feels like there's a bit of a trust leap on this end too, that like this isn't the whole core of our business that we're just suddenly not doing anymore.
I know. It kind of does. I mean, it's taken up so much time, like even in conversation and the editing process and all of it, creating thumbnails, and there's just a whole thing.
There's a lot
that goes into it.
Yeah, I made the standard operating procedures, like a checklist, essentially, all of the things, just to get them out of my head and onto paper for when we're going to outsource large pieces of this. And when I actually saw what I was doing, I was like, holy crap. I was getting overwhelmed even tracking all of the things I was doing to write them down, not even to do them, just to write them down, the things that I do for that. And even with the 47s and website updates and having all these things up, there's a good amount of work that I've been doing and we've been doing on this end.
Oh, you've been doing it. I haven't done.
Thanks. I just wanted to include you.
Oh yeah, don't.
There's a good amount of work that I've been doing on this end.
I just talk to the people.
Yeah. And I've realized that there's deeper levels of embodiment and landing into all of these messages that I want to be able to be myself. And I think that requires some space and some time to be able to just settle in and really see what's here.
IT Dave is on vacay.
Yes, IT Dave is hopefully taking a long vacation, and when he comes back from vacation, he may have a replacement, which may not be good news for him. For his livelihood, he may be scared shitless, but it's going to be a good move for the company.
Help him. We'll support him through the process. We'll help him through his transition to his soul aligned purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he'll play more of a consulting role for the second paradigm, hopefully, than a implementation role.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's what feels most here. There's still pieces of it that just feel edgy. I want all of you to know that we love you super deeply and we appreciate you watching all of this. And hopefully we have enough episodes out. I think this is episode 42. Hopefully there's enough out that there's things to go back and check things out. I know. I don't have bandwidth to do 5 more episodes.
No, I don't either.
Maybe season 2 will be 47 episodes.
Okay, that's fun. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited to continue to dive in with lots of you in the 47 Club, which is $33 a month, which I just love. I love that it's super accessible and we get to dive in and ask questions and unpack all these things, and the channel docs and all that's so much fun. That still definitely feels alive.
Yeah,
and
that's all like the cutting edge stuff too. That's the stuff that isn't anywhere else.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like affirmed a lot of like my internal process. Oh, my muffins are done.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Here.
All right. That is, that's time. And with that timer comes the end of the Second Paradigm Podcast, Season 1. Which is kind of crazy. I'm still settling into the truth of it.
I know. It feels like a little bit somber and sad.
Yeah.
Sort of. Can I do this?
That was very comfortable.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sit here.
Yeah.
This is how David watches TV.
This is how I watch TV. I like it. And then I put my arms over and Miriam lays out.
Yeah.
Because you know Miriam loves to lay down.
Yeah, I love to lay down. We all know this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For you audio listeners, I'm sitting behind the couch.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
My biggest hope and intention for this episode is that you can walk away with a deeper knowing that if there's something in your life that you're consistently doing that you know is time to transition out of, that this can be permission to
Just
do that too.
do it.
Regardless of how tied it is to the brand and to money and to all of those things, just to know that there's times for things to transition and that there's a reason why things transition.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just even being able to see glimpses of that, I definitely don't have the full picture. I don't think either of us have the full picture right now of what's coming in January. It just feels like a big, bright blur.
Oh, it feels dark to me.
Oh.
Like a dark hole. I'm like, fuck, I can't see anything.
Well, I think it's good, like a good thing.
Oh,
like it feels good. That's
Yeah.
what I mean by bright.
Yeah.
It feels dark and dismal to me.
Oh, no.
This is the
Dark
end of
as in
our
I can't
the
see
end
it.
of our days.
Dark isn't.
There's this Jehovah's Witness
I
song
was
that always
just going to
pops into
start
my
singing
head.
it too. What
It's
is
like
it?
dark days are here. Men live in fear. Those are the first two sentences. I sang this song my entire childhood. Can you believe that?
Oh my God. When him and his brother sang it once, we were, his former girlfriend at the time, we were looking at them like, what the fuck? This is their childhood?
And me and Michael were like, this is kind of healing
you
to
guys-
have their reaction.
I know, and you guys got so into it. You were like committed.
Well, yeah, we popped in and got committed because it was so cool to see you freak out.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
We were like horrified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the like level of horror that we've had to integrate over the years of like, holy crap, I can't believe we did that. That's where we grew up, and those were our like childhood perspectives.
Those are childhood's nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
It's like craziness.
to give them a little bit of break and not just be straight slander, then it goes like, but the Bible foretold the something, and then there's a bright side. So really they're saying that the world's a terrible place right now, but the Bible has hope, which is kind of just their worldview. You know, like things are really hard, but there's hope for the future. So
It's true.
live according to all of these rules perfectly, and then the
Not
world will
so
end and
true.
you'll live into a paradise earth.
False.
My truth barometer doesn't like that one.
It's sounding.
Yeah, I actually really do appreciate everything that the Jehovah's Witnesses do. I love the work that my dad does in the world, the hope that he does give people, because I think when you're in that place, hope is a step up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely a step up. And then there comes a time where hope isn't enough, and it's time to like create genuine change here on the planet, and we recognize that there is no one that's coming to save us, and that we are the saviors. You know, we are the collective saviors that are here to change this, and we get to do that through our own soul embodiment and by landing our truths to a deeper level. So anyway, with that tangent, this weird tangent.
We still have so much we could talk about. But,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it does feel nice to take a break. Honestly, like it feels so good to just get that frickin' podcast recording off the calendar.
Yeah.
For the next 6 weeks.
For sure.
And then start fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Feels nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
always know you can back out of anything.
Yeah.
It's all made up anyway. We made up deciding to do a podcast. We made up making it 3 days a week. We made up all the things.
It's very true.
We can do whatever we want.
And
we
there
can
was this,
undo all those
there was
things
this
too.
knowing that by making it 3 days a week, it was going to be too much for me. I knew that from the
Oh.
very beginning. And I was like, but it just feels right.
Oh yeah. You
Do you
said
remember?
that. You
I was like,
said that on a
this is going to be
podcast.
too much for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it just feels really, really right.
I know it did feel right.
And I think it got to coalesce into like these seasons.
Mm-hmm. Which is cool.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have had this awareness if we were doing it once a week. I would have been able to still do it.
Yeah.
And I think there's this really, really deep landing that needs to happen. So it feels like we had to go in even harder for it to kind of pop.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to be able to realize that I need to be in deeper alignment with like my own messages and my own truth, and not hold myself to a standard of like impossibility. Yeah, I'm basically like running a full team, but I'm every team member.
Uh-huh.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Do you guys like a Zoom
Yeah, Miriam got me this hat.
Oh, you still
It's
have the
so
sticker on
sweet.
it.
Oh, I do have the sticker on it. No, it's okay.
Oh, it's like part of the style.
I don't know.
Okay.
It is right now.
Okay. I know. It was for his channelversary.
Yeah.
It was actually for Christmas, but I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
My channelversary.
My
3 year.
channelversary.
3 year channelversary was on the 19th. November 19th.
11, 19, 19.
Is my 3 years. Yeah, it was 11, 19, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Was when it all happened. And then 11, 22.
That's when we met.
Was when we met.
Aww.
Which, isn't that crazy?
His channel had
that
to
my channel
open
blew open. And then,
we could meet.
was it 3 days later?
Yeah.
20, 21, 22? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3 days later we meet.
It's a Tuesday.
It's insane. Same week.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. I love all of it. It's so cool.
It's so cool. I know.
Alrighty.
You were talking to me about all this galactic stuff, and I was like, yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've always got me.
Oh, but we were both pretty ungrounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not no more, bitches.
I know.
Okay. Bye.
All right. We'll
see
talk
you in
to
January or see
we'll
you in
talk
the
to you soon.
47 Club.
Yeah. So all the links are below. secondparadigm.com/47. That's the place to go if you want to stay in touch. Or if you don't want to do the 47, just want to stay in touch on our emails. That's another really great place. I just really want to stay in touch. Yeah. Please.
You'll enjoy it.
Please come to 47.
Because then I can actually like talk to you and see you, you know, and get to know you. Because
There's
I like
something really,
that
really
stuff.
cool about that.
And this is all about me. So join the 47. Okay, bye.
All right. See you later. Bye.
You.
Oh, keep going.
Oh, definitely keep
For
trusting.
the last time this season, keep going.
Keep trusting.
And welcome home.
Bye.
This grounded existence
And
led by
don't
soul,
get
the world things witness.